Hey, how's it going everyone? I hope you're having a good day. You clicked on this video because you want to know how to pass the FTMO challenge every single time. The thing is though, it's not a very easy challenge to take, right? You first have to get 10% on the first round and then get 5% on the second round in order to truly be funded by a prop firm. Now, something that I have been noticing is that many take the test and then they fail, or they get to the second round and then fail, or they get funded until you exceed the loss limit of, I believe it's like 10%. Is not very long term, and I'm sure it gets kind of frustrating working so hard to eventually lose it all. And what I'm trying to say is it doesn't take as many trades as you think to actually pass the FTMO challenge. Passing the FTMO challenge can be an easy road, but if the goal is just to pass, then how long are you going to stay in business? If the success only lasts for a couple of months and then the trading suddenly starts reversing, like how long are you thinking about staying in the trading game? So this is why I'm making this video, to express my opinion in going about approaching these online prop firms and their challenges. It's not that they're really set up or rigged against the trader, but instead I believe it's the trader's responsibility get good at their craft before they apply for the funding. The way I like to think about it is like a scientist or a researcher, right? Like before you seek out grants and scholarships, because think about it, because scientists also have to go through a process right before they get good. You don't want to provide hundreds of thousands of dollars to an atomic scientist who's just learning about uranium like last week, which is why the business structure of these online prop firms are set up in this way, is so that they can filter out all those traders. But that's not the whole point. The point is it's the trader's job to get good at their craft before they start applying in the first place. Let's take a step back and consider what is it that we're really doing, right? We are managing someone else's money. We are managing a company's money. Now, whether you say it's fictional or real, right? Because there have been some claims about demo accounts and stuff like that. The point is that you're going to be managing a big portfolio size, and it's your job as a trader to manage that risk accordingly, according to your strategy or interpretation. But what I want to talk to you about today is a process that if a person can take, it can most likely give them a step forward in passing the FTMO test and any other test above that. So the first thing I would advise someone if they're going to be taking the funding route in their trading journey is to first start off with a demo. A demo is the best way for you to get a grasp of the kind of broker you're going to be dealing with when you're funded and as you're going to get funded. Because as you know, there are many brokers out there in the Forex industry that give you good spreads, tight spreads, but at the cost of leverage. Sometimes maybe there's really bad slippage, bad customer support. The idea is that there's many kinds of brokers out there that will give you different kinds of information. And when you're applying for these online prop firm challenges, they're going to be having their own broker that you're going to have to be dealing with. This is why I believe starting out as a demo account is very important, because with that, then you'll get an understanding and get a grasp as to what is the platform that you're kind of dealing with. So on top of getting familiarized with the platform, you'll also be saving a lot of money along the way, because you're not paying for the test. You're just deciding to create an account for free and be able to go for a demo account easily, right? If you fail, you can create another Gmail account and then sign up the whole process all over again. And so you can have multiple different kinds of demos where you are experimenting to figure out what kind of trader you are. Right, which brings me to phase 2, like the second thing I would advise someone who's taking the funding route, and that is to find a consistent strategy or a consistent way of making money in the markets and see how you feel about it, right? You don't have to be trading Forex, right? Some of these platforms, they also start supporting crypto and indices and metals and what else, stocks now too. First, figure out the kind of niche that you're more comfortable with, right? These commodities, they all move at different prices at certain speeds, and like it almost kind of takes different personalities for the way each of these markets move. And I think this is the part that many of us are on. This is kind of like the purgatory of trading, you know, where you're spending like weeks, months, and sometimes even years trying to figure out something that's going to be working for you time and time again, depending on the seasons, depending on the year, depending on the economic calendar, political stuff. Your interpretation of the market has to be able to function through all that and still be able to come up with a profit in the end of each quarter, end of each month, however you manage your finance. This is kind of like the area where you're going to be spending a while, and that's something I don't really want to cover in this video. We'll cover it some other time. So after a while, you finally found something that's giving you consistent results. You're still kind of tweaking it here and there, okay, but you feel confident in it, and I think that's the most important characteristic that you can have in this game. I feel like that's a good spot to be in. And guess what, if you feel like that you found your secret sauce, you found your edge in the markets, then you know what, put it to the test. Get a small funded account and be able to grow that over a certain period of time. The idea is that if you really trust your process, you should be able to have the confidence to trust in that process to give you consistent results. Now, what I would advise is, instead of pursuing those lower accounts of like, you know, 10,000, I think there's some for like 50, I would recommend going for the bigger account challenges. So like the 100K and the 200K, simply because the time is going to take for you to be able to complete that account, grow it so that you can use that money to fund your other 10K account, and then doing that again over and over until you have 100,000. Like, that whole process is going to take you a longer time than if you were to just build up that small funded account, grow it enough so that you can take the 100K test or the 200K test, and then be able to pass that, have the funding, and then you'll be able to make more a lot faster. And if you're considering to, you know, get fully funded to up to 400K, you'll be able to have those kinds of funds in a couple of months rather than in a couple of years. And that's it. That's the process that I was telling you about that can help you pass the FTMO challenge over and over again. Why? Well, because you have a proven strategy that's giving you the results that you like, and in addition to that, you have proven its legitimacy because you're able to grow a small funded account that you've provided for yourself and be able to, in a way, kind of flip that so that you can sponsor yourself to take a big account size challenge. So like the 100K or the 200K, right? Which is why I wholeheartedly believe if you have something that's working for you, then the rest should just come to you, right? The challenges will get easier, right? Because you're able to manage your position. You know what to do pretty much once you get inside the markets. But yeah, I'm just like very sick and tired of seeing people just lose their own money, right, that they've worked so hard for, to take these tests only to lose it after the first round or the second round, or losing all that funding after, you know, being funded for a couple of months and then starting from scratch all over again. I just really dislike hearing those kinds of stories. So that's why I'm making this video, so that perhaps my process or my business plan or idea that I'm proposing to you right now can perhaps make you reconsider, or can help guide you in your trading journey. This is the kind of path that I'm taking right now. I am currently working on a small funded account and trying to flip that so that I can have the funding that I need to take these tests. In the meantime, I was taking a lot of demo accounts from the FTMO website, which are free, by the way, so that I got used to the platform that I was working with. But yeah, that's my little business proposition. I hope this is something that can help you consider. Anyways, I hope this helps. I'll see you in the next one, and good luck trading, and I'll see you for another video.